It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Okay, Tempest, master of time who whiles away his eternal life struggling with boredom, has joined the valiant guardians. His unique abilities to manipulate past and present can become a lifesaver for mages and help them successfully resist physical attacks. Support class, Way of Eternity, faction, magic attack, artifact weapon, magic attack, and health book, intelligence, hero. Okay, main stat intelligence, sits in the midline, works with Iris and Phobos, also Zisha and Celeste. Chronostasis is the gray ability or the ultimate. Stops time for all enemy heroes. Cannot use skills, move, dodge attacks, and their armor and magic defense are reduced. This is basically stunning the enemy team. Okay, basically a stun. It is a little bit more in depth than a stun because it may or may not be able to be resisted. Okay, it doesn't have the keyword here is accurate or not against enemies of a certain level. It doesn't have the keyword debuff here. So there's a lot of interactions that we're missing because we don't have the full skill here yet. Okay, this skill increases the duration of all curses and debuffs cast on the enemy. So any hero, any ally that does curses and debuffs, this will extend them. There are a couple of heroes that already works very well with, yeah? Cooldown of all enemy skills will be frozen. That means whenever they are unpaused, when they are unstasicized, they will begin again as they were their cooldowns, their durations, all of that. How can this be beneficial? Well, timing is everything. Timing is everything in Hero Wars Alliance. It could be that you are trying to get your ults off before the opponents. Maybe there's a very specific green or blue ability that the opponents have that you're trying to pause for now. Okay, it's hard to say. The thing about this ability is because Tempus is a midline hero, he's not going to ult as fast as frontline heroes. So he's not going to be that effective against frontline heroes or heroes that gain a ton of energy, but he still will be some effect. Some effect. That's not how you say that. He will have some effect on them, as it were. Green ability temporarily weakens this and opponents in front of him. Weakened enemies lose part of physical attack and max health. So this character is geared towards defeating the physical attacking lines that we see. The things that come to mind reading through his skills at first are countering Artemis teams, if you are still seeing Fafnir, Artemis, Tristan lines, or variations thereof, and Octavia dodge lines. Okay? Can't dodge when you're in stasis, right? Lowering physical attack, lowering health. The keyword in front of him I find very interesting, particularly because this does not work against Kayla. Okay, so I can see right out of the gate, maybe Kayla is a counter to this individual. All right, Kayla jumps to the midline. It's going to be interesting to see where Kayla lands in regards to Tempus on the opposing team. I'm very curious to see that. I'm a big fan of the Fire Twins activate. I'm a big fan of them. I like Aiden and Kayla a lot. They've really, really grown on me in the past couple of months. I really, really like Kayla and Aiden a lot. I do. Temporal Anomaly, the blue ability, sends the enemy hero with the highest AP into the Temporal Anomaly. The target is slowed, losing energy, and receiving magic damage per second. So we don't have the stats on this. We don't know how much damage this does. It is a specific targeted situation. It's going to hit the enemy with the highest armor penetration, regardless of artifact weapons, regardless of anything, right? If an enemy has an artifact weapon, an artifact penetration weapon artifact, then all heroes gain the same amount of armor penetration. So that actually doesn't matter. There are some very specific heroes that have higher armor penetration than others. Very specific teams that rely on high armor penetration or stacking armor penetration. What does slowed down mean is the big question. Is it slowing down their basic auto attack? Is it slowing down the cooldown between abilities? Is it extending them, as it were? Is it doing both of those things? Is it doing neither of those things? And there's something else. That's one of those things we got to figure out. Jiv, good point. Yeah, good point. Maybe it doesn't work against skeletons, baby skeletons, or baby mushrooms, like from Morrigan and Mushroom Shroom. That's good. That's a good point. Could be. It does say for all enemy heroes. It does specifically say that. That is interesting. So magic damage per second. We don't know what the modifier is for how much damage this guy is going to do, but losing energy is always fun. Energy control heroes have always been very powerful. Very powerful. Think about Jorgen. Think about Tristan. Nebula is used, sure. Anvari, to some level. Orion, maybe not as popular lately. Now Tempest. Energy management. Speeding up, slowing down energy. They seem very strong. Most of the time, they seem very strong. And then finally, the Violet ability Time Paradox. For a period of time, conjures a huge clock in the center of the arena. Enemies in range of the clock are slowed down, while allies are sped up. Affected allies' max health is also increased. So the same key phrase here, sped up, slowed down. Okay, sped up and slowed down. What does that mean exactly? We're not going to know until we get in there and test. And I will say that Hero Wars in general has a really, really, really difficult time explaining abilities. A really difficult time explaining how skills actually work. We see that on Hero Wars Dominion Era with the new Warrior flag. It specifically says one thing, but it actually means another. Okay, and I've tried to get them to change this text and they will not change it. They say that it is fine as is. Very frustrating. That's a Facebook and web problem. You don't need to worry about that. The video that was released yesterday, I want to take a little bit a look at that. I have not looked at it yet. I haven't watched it yet. I wanted to watch it with you all. Let's watch it together. Now, the first thing that I want to say is there is no Daniel voiceover. Big sad, big sad. Why is it that the effort for mobile community engagement is so much lower? Time for the spooky season. Anybody else love Halloween, by the way? I like the time of year. I'm actually really enjoying that it's cold and rainy outside right now. This guy, he looks like he's sitting on a chariot, like waving a lasso almost with his little clock thing. New hero Tempest confirmed a dude. We have a couple potential avatars back here. Look at the candy cane. I can't wait for Spooky Festival. Let's go through this. Let's go through this together. Actually, let me hide the chat real quick. There we go. So what just happened there? What ability do you think that is? Okay. Look at the new event. Okay. So we have this kind of shop. We're used to this kind of shop now, though. You have to advance in the activity, unlocking more levels in order to get access to the different things you can buy. And there are limited items. Okay, so the Chrono Wheel fragment is the artifact weapon. Tempest Soul Stones here. Complete Adventure 15 to get 50 Tempest Soul Stones. Okay. I do like the artwork. I like the artwork a lot. Ooh, a Tempest comic book, October 4th. Really? That's not supposed to be that's not what you're supposed to look at in this comic, right? That's not supposed. Anyway, objectifying women. Nothing new here. Dark Carnival, October 30th. I'm sorry, September 30th. It's just around the corner. Well, I'll say this.
Meet Folio.
Oh, nope. See, the Folio got a Daniel voiceover.
A living manuscript blasting enemy.
Come on, what's the deal? Where are you at, Daniel? Where are you at? I don't know, man. I don't know.